What's going on, everyone? It's your average consumer, and today we're going to be going over the brand new Google Camera app, and we're going to take a look at the interface as well as some of the new features found on it. One of those features being able to blur out the background of the photos you take. So we're going to be comparing that to the HTC One M8 as well, just to see if you really do need dual cameras in order to have that effect come out successfully. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. And alright guys, so here I have my Nexus 5, and right down here you can see the new Google Camera app, and this is available in the Google Play Store. You can just type in Google Camera, or it's probably a bit easier to find it by going into another Google app and then just seeing all the apps that Google has available, and it's probably at the bottom of the list. And that's because there are tons of camera apps out there, so it's going to be really pretty hard to find. But it's available to all Android devices that are running KitKat. So if you have KitKat, you can just jump on and download it. Even if you have a Galaxy S5 or HTC One, whatever device you have, as long as you've got KitKat, you can download it, which is really, really cool. So when you actually go into the app, first thing you might notice is this big block of blacks here. And before we go on, I just want to note that all of my model kits here, my Gundam model kits are here. They're going to be my test subjects for a couple of camera shots, so you guys are going to see them in the background as well. And this huge black bar right here is pretty much your shutter button. You can tap anywhere on it and you'll be able to take a picture. Now, I don't know why they made it this large. It's really intrusive. Most of the screen real estate is taken up by this. So if we actually go to the video option, you can see how much of the picture is actually taken out. Here you can still see it, but it's a bit transparent at least, so you can kind of see what's going on in the back. And when you actually press the button, it actually disappears, so you can see the full screen right here. But when you're taking a picture, this is 4:3 resolution, so it's pretty close to a square, so it's very, very limited. You probably won't like that in comparison to the old camera app. Now, what's interesting about this app is that when you download it from the Play Store, it's going to erase the original camera app that's on your Google Play Edition device or your Nexus device. So this is going to be your new interface altogether. But if you have a Galaxy S5 or an HTC One, any other device that doesn't have the stock camera app, you're actually going to have access to both of them. So here you can see the original camera app for the TouchWiz and the camera app that I just downloaded from Google. So you can use both, you can switch between the two. And what this also means is that you get all the features that the new camera app has on pretty much any device. So features that were once limited to Google Play Edition devices and Nexus devices, such as Photosphere, are now available to anyone that can run KitKat on their device. So I think that's really, really cool that Google did this. And it's really bringing the stock Android experience to really all devices that are going to be able to support them and running, KitKat and things of that nature. So it's really cool that Google's doing this. You're pretty much soon going to be able to have stock Android on any device. So I'm really liking that. But going back to this now, Photosphere, I think we're pretty much familiar with this. And for those who aren't familiar with Photosphere, you're going to be able to take a picture by pointing this in a bunch of different angles, and it'll capture the picture in pretty much all the different angles and create a photosphere, like it's called. So you can actually keep going on and on and on and get a really large photo here. But that's pretty standard. That's been out for quite some time now. But it's really cool that now other devices like the HTC One and the Galaxy S5 are going to be able to do this. And also there's Panorama, which I think a ton of devices have now. So that's pretty simple. You take a very wide shot so you can get a lot in one picture. And then you have lens blur, which is the new kid on the block. Also, before we go into that, we also have the regular camera and video options as well. So if you want to take a picture, a normal picture or a normal video, you can switch to one of those. But now we have lens blur, and this is the new feature that when you take a picture, it's going to blur out the background and kind of give you a SLR-like quality picture. And what this means is you're going to get more bokeh, and what bokeh is that blurry background. And with the blurry background, people typically think that that picture is more professional looking due to the blurry background. And that's one of the big features that the HTC One M8 is touting. So it's pretty interesting now that any KitKat device has access to this. So all you have to do to take a picture is actually press it, and then it'll say slowly raise your device, keep subject centered. You don't typically just want to tilt the device upward because it's going to say that the frame is moving too much. So the best way to actually do this is tilt the device downward. So if you can see what I did there, you move it upward and tilt it downward. So that's the best way that I found to take the picture. But you definitely want to take your time. If you're going too quickly, it'll warn you and then you won't be able to take the picture. So all you have to do is swipe to the right, and then your images will be processing. Once it's done processing, there's going to be a little bar that will actually allow you to change how blurry it is. So once the picture is taken, you want to hit the little shutter button in the middle, and then actually you'll be able to focus on whatever part you want by tapping on the picture wherever you want there to be focused. And then you actually just slide this up to get that blurry background effect. So I'm going to put this over here, and as you guys can see, it's going to blur out a ton of the background. Let me give you guys a quick close-up of what I'm seeing. So here you guys can see my focus point is right here, and when you decrease the line, you can see that the blur is diminished. If you take it all the way down, there you have it. A lot less blur, and it's all an artificial blur, but when you go all the way up, you can see a huge difference. Now, one thing I must note, it's way easier to do this with the HTC One M8 than it is with the new Google Camera app, simply because you don't have to, swipe it or move it in any kind of direction. You just take the picture and then it'll go. So what I'm going to do now is take a picture with the HTC One M8 stock camera and also with the new Google camera on the One M8. And then I'm going to compare the different focusing features and let you guys see the differences. Overall, guys, this has been my overview of the new Google Camera app and my comparison to it with the HTC One M8. And that's about it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, be the cool guy that hits the thumbs up button, and also subscribe to the channel for more content from me. But till the next video, guys, it's your average consumer. Peace.